Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham latest news and update show, The Breakfast Club. It is Thursday, May 15th. Yeah, halfway through May. Wow, it's going by quick. How is everyone doing today on this Thursday? Yeah, got some news to get to today. A little bit of talking points as things start to file out, which is great. But yeah, apologies for the lack of everyday content. Life happens, and you have to adjust. So, but we are here today, and we are talking initially about Mark Howard not hanging up the gloves, but he's departing Wrexham. We'll talk about that. Talk about the game that's coming up today. Talk about some transfer news that's going on. Some out there about Tom Carney. Do that a little bit too, and then we'll briefly talk about the playoffs. And then remember, tonight we're doing a live watch along for season 4, Welcome to Wrexham, episode 1 and episode 2. So yes, it's a good day. It's a good day. It's good to be back live with everybody too. Trust me, it's really good to be live. Sorry, the eye line's a little screwed up just because this table's a little higher than it used to be. So what's going on? So anyways, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't already. We're going to get to 3,000 before the start of the next season. That's it. I'm saying it. Done. You put the goals out there. You got to hit them. You got to hit the benchmark too. David says Jurassic Mark, and Aaron says, "Hey, Sean Deese is also here too. Late nighter for you." No, well, late nighter. Well, I mean, 6 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, I'm an old dog. But anyways, yes, Wrexham goalkeeper departs. That's what we're going to talk about briefly today. Mark Howard. We're going to look at him. He had a statement that came out today. He said, Mark Howard. Okay, he says from the moment I pulled on the Wrexham shirt, I tried to bring professionalism, passion, and personality to the club. As I reflect on what an incredible journey it's been, I consider myself fortunate to have shared the dressing room with my best teammates. Every day, I have left with a smile on my face, wanting to come back and do it all over again. Love you, boys. That's awesome. Being able to say I'm the only goalkeeper to ever do the three-peat back to back to back, I say that tongue-in-cheek. He says, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunities I've had here, working alongside the most amazing staff on and off the pitch, giving me the encouragement to do more. I cannot thank you enough. The connection with the fans was tough at times, but now I feel part of the family. I would like to thank you all because you've grown and you've loved me. At this stage, I feel like I have more football to play. So it's not retirement yet. I still want to dive around while my body still lets me. Finally, a huge thank you to these two amazing people, Rob McElhoney and Ryan Reynolds. What a beautiful note. That is awesome. Really heartfelt, not ChatGPT, which is great. That is definitely good. Mark was a good servant. Mark stepped in this year when AO went down, and he stepped in brilliantly and did his job. Huge, big thank you to him. And it's also, I'll never forget TST last year, playing striker, whatever, scoring goals last year at TST. Those are my memories of him, just seeing him come in, be professional, always looking out for the other squad members in the team, always looking out to be there when needed. It's not easy. Listen, I'm a couple of years older than him, but it's not easy to get your body up and going after you've been number 2 or number 3. Actually, he was number 3 on the squad in the pecking order there. But to go out and do that at his age, and I'm not saying he's old by any means, but for 38's, I think not Donnarumma. I mean, there's goalkeepers that played into their 40s, but good on him. It's a great note. He's got good. Where's his? I have his stats here. Too. Mark Howard played 60 times, had 60 appearances. He started 56 times. He had 4 sub appearances. And his record was 39 wins, 16 draws, and 5 losses. 19 clean sheets and 3 promotions. I mean, put that in the bank. Put that in the bank right there. That is just by the numbers alone. He might not look like a young upcoming goal. He's not that, but he was a servant. We got up, back-to-back promotions. He was here. He was a dressing room guy. He was part of the cloth of Wrexham, and fair play to him. And I hope he goes on. He's got his podcast as well. He's got his podcast that he's doing, which is great. So maybe we'll get on there one day. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it. But good on him. And so he's doing the right thing by doing it early, getting himself prepared to maybe going off to doing something after this, whatever team he's going to go to. So good on him. That's good. Great stats. Congratulations to him. And we're very proud to have him as part of the Wrexham, history here too. Happy Thursday, says Steve Barton. Leekman Sarah loves Chomp. And Ruth H says, saw the alert, wanted to say hi to the TLPers. Family life stuff happening, so I'm acting as caregiver of my mom right now. We'll have to watch the show tonight. Ruth H, if you need anything, you have a good community here. Happy to be the outlet for you in any way we possibly can. I know you're in the Discord. Trust me, I know about I know a little bit about life's uncertainties and being thrown into the mixer. But you have friends, even if they're distant friends or visual friends, virtual friends, all your whatever you need. So thanks for sharing and not lost. Aaron loves Chomp, and same thing. Take care of your mom. Yes, please take care of your mom. I hadn't seen the news anywhere. Well, that's why you come to the local pundit. That's why you come to the local pundit, Lexi, right here. All right, what else we got going on? And how do you guys feel about Mark's time at Wrexham? What do you think he's going to end up next? Get into the chat. Get your thoughts in. What do you think about that? But it's good on him. Also, too, it clears up a space. It clears up a space. And we knew that was going to happen. This is going to start. It's going to start coming in now. It's going to start coming in thick and fast. So, but this is all part of the process. Everyone moves on. Everyone moves on from their clubs, whether it be because of they're bought, sold, retirement, age, whatever. But it's a good thing. He did his job. I'm happy for Mark Howard. Good on. Welsh Techie's in the house. Always difficult saying goodbye to players who've got us success. Exactly. That's a really great shout right there, Welsh Techie. And go subscribe to the Eat More Chips podcast as well. I think they had Andy Morrell this week, which is great. So go check that out. Good to see you, Welsh Techie. And unfortunately, we did not meet in person, but we will. There you go. Dan Moore says, I think I'll go to League Two team. Maybe that's a possibility. And might have missed it, but see, we're going to talk about that in a second there. Hold on to that one, Tom Merrick. Hold on to that one, Tom. There you go. All right, next piece of business I want to talk about is the transfer rumors that are happening out there too. Before I'll get to some of these right here. Chomp is class. He's got a number 2 spot in League Two or one or two. I bet he helped develop another young goalkeeper. Mike, I think he's probably going to go to League Two. I would say, probably go to League Two. Maybe even National League. You never know. I mean, National League is a fun league to play in. But good on. He will land somewhere and he will be fine. And good for him. Lexi says, I'd love Naki Wells to be brought on. They just missed winning the playoffs to the Premier League. He's an exciting striker and Bermudian, so I'm biased. Okay, got it. Free Puck Show's here. Good to see a Free Puck Show, and I think he's been streaming live as well. All right, moving on. Talking about what's going on with well, here you go. There, Aaron knew what was going on. Mark 38, Tim Kearney, 34, lowering the average age. Okay, so the other news that is coming out too, Wrexham hope to sign Tom Kearney. Okay, all right. So the articles are all over the place. So Tom Kearney, I think he's a midfielder, plays for Fulham right now. He's their captain. All right, let's get into it. So here's the articles that are out there too. And sorry about all the stuff that's going on. I'll get it up and I'll break it down. Wrexham hope to seal a stunning move for Premier League captain Ryan Reynolds and Of course, you got to put it in there. They put Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney in there, and they don't even put the player. I mean, yes, it's clickbait-ishy. I get it. And we all do it in certain ways, but there's the guy. Signed Fulham captain Tom Kearney right there. So this is obviously according to the Telegraph. I should have went to the Telegraph first. Here, I'll just do that. There we go. Wrexham target Premier League talent to kickstart next phase of project. Okay, that's actually a better one. There's no stuff there. Exclusive. It's an exclusive. We got the exclusive here. Newly promoted championship club want Fulham Tom Kearney to add to their experience at Phil Parkinson's squad. So there he is, right? Oh, come on. Really? Oh, damn it. Of course. All right. Well, that's why. All right. I'm pulling this down because that is an absolute touching buttons disaster. So Tom Kearney is 34 years old. He is 34. He's a central midfielder. He's a good player. He's playing the Prem. He's got an experience. Whether we'll get him or not, I don't know. Midfielder. He's on a free. Maybe he's a squad member. I don't know. But 34. I'd like for us to go a little bit younger. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. But to be fair, I think that to pull this off, they're saying it's about maybe 2 M's. Okay, that's the money we're gonna have to spend, 2 to 5. If we're gonna turn the squad over. Good player. He's the captain. He's got experience. His manager is a great manager. Sorry, I'm losing his name. He's Portuguese. He's a Portuguese guy. 1 second. What's going on? This is what happens when I'm not at my house and I touch all the buttons and they go absolutely screwed up. The internet is interneting on me right now. Come on, Josh. Yeah, Marco Silva. There you go, Marco Silva. Sorry. But no, will this happen? I don't know. Do I want to target another 34-year-old? I'm not being ageist at all, but I think we need to be younger, more athletic. Now, I'll say this too. Matty James in middle of the park really worked from January to the end of the season. Age enough alone. You need that experience. He's a player that could come in and do a job for us. We don't know what the squad is going to look like, but we're going to get a lot of this stuff. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen or it is going to happen. I have no inside information on that. I know he's a good player. I know Wrexham are going to get the flashing lights of like, oh, we're going to sign everybody. Even in the titles, Rob and Ryan are going to sign this guy, promoted by. So just be ready for this. And it's going to get. I don't say it's going to get worse because that's bad. You want it. It's always good things when they're talking about us. We're talking about Wrexham, but the noise is going to be out there. Tom Carney's a good player. If it happens, great. Would I want someone a little bit younger? Possibly. But Parkinson knows this league and he knows what he wants. And they've been working on it. They're going to have a board. They're going to have a board meeting, I think, next week or whatever it is. I'm not sure, but they're going to have that board meeting. The retained list is going to come out sooner than I think there's the 19th. So by Friday or Saturday, that's going to happen. So just go on and check that out and just keep an eye on things. But there we go. Beware really. Okay. Sorry. So I don't know. Tom Kearney, good player. Someone I was on my radar. I don't know. On a free, possibly. I don't know. Possibly. But that it's going to start happening now. It's going to start happening. Honestly, don't think the rumors are true. Don't see us paying someone $50K a week. So I guess you never know. At $50K a week, that's a lot. That's prem money, man. It ain't gonna. I don't see that happening. Sorry about the birds. We're up in the hills here. Beware, Premier League. We're coming for York captains. Well, do not sleep on this team and the ambition of this team for the back-to-back. Don't do it. There you go. Good morning, TLP. What's going on? Patty's in the house. What's going on? Goofy. 20,000 a week is a promotion bonus. There you go. Behind bars is not behind bars. He says, hi, everyone. And excuses, J13. Oh, well. What's my excuses? What did I oh, yeah, talking about touching buttons. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, there's only 15 like that. Yeah, there's not a lot of people in there. It's all good. But remember, people are working. People have things to do. Now, we won't be paying $50K a week. We will not be paying $50K a week. What I'll take from this right here, too. Parkinson used the market really well. Where it be on free transfers. Yes, we did spend money in January. We needed goals. We talked about that, but we do use that market really well and keep an eye on players that are coming off a contract. I get that. And that's one of the things that I think that helped us get promoted this year was using it, not going out, nothing yet. And by the way, he's in here as well. John Merrill, the champions, or no longer the champions now. They went out and spent money, which is fine, to get players in to go get promotion. Fine. We did it a little bit differently. We did it. Parkinson had a little bit more of a jigsaw puzzle. That's not to say that Birmingham City didn't go out and do their puzzle. They went and did it with cash. Yes, we put cash in, but I think Parkinson is really clever in using what's available to him. He's shown it this last season, bringing in players that aren't going to be 20, 30, £1,000 a week. But there you go. So just keep an eye out for that. But we're gonna get connected to attached to a lot of players when they come in. And it'll get worse before it gets better. And we'll get our players in, and just I'll tell you this right now. What is it? May 15th? In June, in July, when I'm sitting here pulling the rest of my hair out for whatever reason, and I'm saying, why have we brought anyone in? Why did we not? Tell me to relax. And I'll say, hey, remember when you said this? Remember when they said they're going to wait for the right players? Yes, it's kind of reminds me of Alex Ferguson. Value in the market, getting the right player in. That's a lot that's going to be happening there too. So there you go. Where's Ken? Push button. Yeah, well, he's not doing that well of pushing buttons. There you go. But it's a spa day. The chat is chatting. Mel and Lionel just made it in. Hi, folks. Cheers, Josh. Mel and Lionel. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know. You're new to the chat. Anyways, you're new to the chat. Anyways, okay, moving on. So that's the Tom Carney stuff that's going on here too. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see what happens there. What else I got going on today? By the way, there is a League One playoff match today. I have a meeting, so I can't do it. But here's the League One playoff match today. Remember yesterday, Leyton Orient went through on penalties. It was a good game. It was a really good game. Charlton are playing Wickham today at noon in about 45 minutes, and that is the second leg. And the final is going to be, I think, on the 24th or the 25th next week. I will be covering the final. I promise. I promise to do that. Again, my life is absolutely upside down, so I'm trying to get some kind of stability so I can do that. But I will be covering the final. But today is Charlton versus Wickham. Okay, who do I want to go through on that one? I'm gonna have to say Wickham. Wickham, Leyton Orient final will be nice. Charlton, Leyton Orient, Charlton, and Leyton Orient will be a nice too. But but 0-0 on that one. Someone's got to score goals. That can go 120, go to pens. You never know. It's a playoff game. It's a playoff game. Okay, update. David says, Wrexham USA hats are out in the mail today, by the way. Marie and Sean. Boom. Man of his word and a good dude doing business. Awesome right there. Thanks, David, for the update. That's great. By the way, tonight, because it's a double 2-hour, episode of Welcome to Wrexham, which we're going to be watching, people can come in. We'll just sit and have a chat tonight. Some people won't be watching it live, obviously, because of how it goes down. But people can pop in here and there, and we'll just have a chat and hang out. Let's just do that. Trust me, I need it. So I'm sure everyone else will probably need it at the time. So just be aware tonight, 6 p.m. PST. Which is let's have a hangout session. That's what I want to do. Okay. John Merrill says, don't panic. Look at Aaron's team at Rotherham and what happened to the team after all the early summer transfer business. I know they did absolute titty city. It was not good. Sweet, says Sean Deasy. I'm glad Stockport lost. You are? Why? I don't know where. Yeah, Reaping Selkoff says, thank you, David. And John Merrill says, yeah, we let 18 players leave on a Sunday, brought in 17 new players, so money had to be spent. Yes, absolutely. There's nothing about, like I said, money spent. Look at City. Look at everybody. You got to spend money it's the cost of, I think sometimes it is the cost of doing business, whatever it is. So you guys spent money, we spent money, but it's the cost of doing business. You got to do that. So Leyton Orient are through to the playoff finals. That's against what most people expected. Well, they did well at the end of the season. And then it doesn't, and the playoffs is about who's hot. It's about who's hot. So that's happening in about 40 minutes. No watch along for that, just FYI. I am going to be watching it. I have some work I need to do. I don't mind who I fake. Tom Merrick says, the one I was barracking? Forgot. I don't know what word that is. Forgot, though. I don't mind much who they had to face in front of me. Okay, there you go. All right. Another thing I want to get to today was the tour is obviously happening, right? The tour is obviously happening down under, which is great. So we have in our Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get into the Discord. Get into your Discord and go check that out because we will have updates. Ken is going to be doing some stuff down there. But we'll just keep people updated. We will be having local pundit. Local pundit will have a presence in Australia for sure. Ken has booked his tickets. He's booked his accommodations. We're going to be there. So just so you know, we'll keep an eye on that. But that's going down. This is a friendly matches have confirmed Australia against Melbourne July 11th at the Marvel Stadium, Sydney FC on July 15th at the Allianz Stadium, and Wellington Phoenix on July 19th at the Sky Stadium. But the news out of this is not just about that we're going down under, which is great, but we're going to have 2 games back in Europe when we get back. Parkinson has confirmed that. He said, we're looking at a couple fixtures when we get back, which will be announced over the next few weeks. So keep an eye out for that. That's what Parkinson. I expect both fixtures to be a way to give the pitch renovation maximum opportunity, he says, just in case you missed the 48-page souvenir edition celebrate. Okay. There you go. So when we get back next couple weeks, they're going to announce they're going to have 2 away matches. They'll have 2 away matches in the UK or wherever. We don't know, somewhere in Europe, but they're going to do that. Obviously, the pitch won't be ready 100%. So just keep an eye out for those. They're going to drop that. Parkinson dropping the knowledge there that they're going to have 2 away matches. So that's 5 that we know. That's 5 games that we know. 3 away in Australia and 2 back here. Back in the UK. So keep an eye on that. Good news on that. Also, too, speaking of the pitch, Ryan Reynolds was on a talk show last night talking about when we got promoted against Charlton, not to run on the pitch, you will be arrested. They were saying that I wasn't on the pitch, allegedly. which I thought was interesting. I don't remember them saying you'll get arrested, but anyways, it was awesome. I thought that was cool. Ken should contact them. Yes. Okay. What else they got going on here? I saw one. Marie from SoCal says, "Hey, how are you getting to walk to Wrexham at 6 p.m.? I'm not getting it until 9 p.m. It's on at 6 p.m. on FX. Unless I read it wrong. I think it's on at 6 p.m. East Coast time. So we're on the West Coast, but East Coast time. Yeah, 6 p.m. There you go. C. Barton says, "Hi, Luke. Josh, yep, has to be away this time required for the pitch to do. Yep, just okay, talk about absolutely. So yeah, the away pitch. So that's the news that dropped right there too, which is great. Additionally, keeping with the fixtures, and I thought this was a good article. If you don't check this out too, I saw this and I'm kind of jumping around a bit. What is this crap? Get off my screen. Just briefly, and I'll bring it down. So an Australian bar was saved by Wrexham's rise. I thought this was a really nice. Touch too. Wrexham fairy tale success story under their Hollywood owners has seen the football club gain fans across the Atlantic, which is why they're going down there. There's a York at the success has also helped struggling Australian bar change its fortunes after being inspired by the story. And again, by the way, it's always the darkest before the dawn. Right? You got to start believing that. It's always the darkest before the dawn. And I'm sure they thought they were going out of business. And you know what? This is what happens. York Lane, a bar in Sydney's central business district, adopted Wrexham AFC theme 3 years ago and even serves Wrexham Lager. It is now the unofficial home of the club's Aussie supporters ahead of the club's summer tour this summer. Yeah. So that's a really cool story. There's a really cool story. Also, Ken is going to be hooking up with someone, I can't think of the name right now, but he's going to be hooking up at a bar so we can have a local pundit, meetup. So this is a cool little story right there. Just shows you how football brings people together, no matter what. Everything's left on the outside. Come in, football brings you together. You like to see stories like this. Again, darkest before the dawn. They thought they were going out of business. Go read that article. It's really cool. You gotta believe in moving forward in positivity. Aaron says he saw a rumor that Wrexham may play Everton at their new stadium as one of the 2 preseason games in the UK. Well, that would be cool. I don't know where you got the rumor from. I saw the same rumor, but there you go. 9 p.m. FX at OTT Universe. Now, Marie, go look 3 hours before at 6 o'clock. Go look 3 hours before. Go look 3 hours before. All right, last bit of business here I want to talk about as well before we get everyone out of here. The season ticket renewal. There we go. Okay. Season ticket renewal. So the season ticket renewal for the Stoke House is now open. And from the club today, they said, Wrexham AFC are pleased to announce our season ticket prices for the 25-26 season with the renewal window now open. Following our promotion to the EFL Championship, we are pleased to have kept price increases to a minimum, ensuring we offer one of the best value season tickets in the entire division. Season ticket holders will now be able to return to the second tier for the equivalent for less than £19 per game. Before finalizing the pricing structure, the club sought feedback from supporters via extensive membership survey, which gathered almost 3,000 replies. I'm sure 295 of them were Mad Owl, as well as meeting with the club advisory board. So this is the pricing. Lager stand for adult for a year for £435. Raccoon stand £435. Stoke cold brew coffee stand £400. The over 65, which is for Ken, $340, $305. Under 18, $161 across the board. Under 11s are $46. So, and then after this, up until July 7th, and after that, from 7th to the 13th, they go up a little bit more, about £50 right there. So, but all renewals are offered appropriate age-related prices for the 25-26 season, with all ages determined as of August 4th. So that's a good thing. Here's my take on all this too. Here's my take on all this. They're doing their best to not. The club is doing the best to not alienate the town supporters right there. They're doing their best to do that. You have to have some increases. You got to expect that, over the course of time. But they're doing their best to try to keep things down. Yes, we're down a stand, for at least another 18 months, whatever it's going to be, because of the building of the new COP. But there are increases. I know money's always as tight for everybody. Everyone has different income and what they're limited to. So I do respect the fact that they reached out to the community, to the season ticket holders, and they tried to make it so it's not a cash grab. It's not going to go up 100, 200 pound, whatever it's going to be. They try to do their best, but things are, as you go up, things will get more expensive. It's just a fact of it, and I do respect that they're trying to keep it down. Okay, I'm going to go to my trying to keep it down. The chat is chatting about tonight for the FX thing. One second. Where is it? FX? Where the hell is it? FX. Okay. 248. 1 second. Give me a second here. You guys are throwing me off, sir. No, you guys are on FX right now. Look, I don't know how I can show you. Welcome to Wrexham is on at, is it 10 p.m.? Oh, shoot. Did I screw this whole thing up? No. 5:30. No. Welcome to Wrexham is on at 6:30 on DirecTV. There you go. It's right there. That's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock. Season 4, episode 1, all in. It's on at 6 o'clock today. There you go. Not at 9 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. It's replayed there. Anyways, back to this. Good for them to try to keep the pricing down, but it's going to get more expensive. But I like that they are connecting with the club and doing that too. All right. So what else we got going here? You must get the East Coast feed, Josh. It's DirecTV. It's DirecTV. 6 p.m. PST. I hope everyone has a great time and to watch on later tonight. I'll be watching the Hulu release over the weekend. I'll watch along in spirit. Okay, that's good. There you go. All right. Anyways, thanks for coming in. I will be live later on at 6 o'clock PST because it is on the East Coast feed on DirecTV, and that's what I'll be watching. I don't know if that works for everybody, but that's what I'll be doing. If not, maybe I just won't do it at all. But I'm kidding. But it is on, so that'll be fun to do. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit. Growing it out. Good to see everybody. Good to be back on. And thanks for the chat and everything. Get in your chat. Let us know what you think about Chomp, where do you think he'll be? What do you think his legacy will be? What was your favorite game he played? Talk about the ticket pricing. Talk about the Australian tour. Talk about where they think the two games will actually be when we get back to the UK, which is great. And if anything breaks, and do you want Tom Carney? If anything breaks, I will come on and break the news. Again, life is life, and you got to deal with things. But thanks for coming in. And on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.